Welcome everybody, this is Heroes and Brews with Nerdy Dudes. We are your friendly neighborhood beeroes. Ty, to my right, Kev. Tonight's installment is our first installment of Villain or Just a Dick. Kev, you want to explain?
Yeah, so basically, we're going to take the antagonist of a story, and we're going to really hone in on whether this individual is just a despicable human being, or they're just a dick.
Misunderstood.
Yeah, just a dick.
Just an
a
asshole.
Flat dick. Just a straight dick. All the above dicks.
All the dicks.
Which one is he? Or she?
Or she. But
we don't
tonight,
want to be sexist.
But tonight, it's a he.
It is a he.
The he is Wilson Fisk. Straight from the Daredevil Netflix series. That's what we're going to hone in on. Kev, is Wilson Fisk a villain? Or is he just a dick?
Man, I've been going back and forth with this. And I have to say, first off, that he is probably one of my favorite, we'll just call them bad people.
Antagonists.
'Cause we're still trying to figure it out. Antagonists. I'm going to go with bad people.
Okay.
In the comic book universe, whether it's Marvel, DC, whatever, and even just I almost said villain. But yeah, you know what? Let's just get out in the open. I was considering him a villain, but favorite villain on television. I think he's a villain, just because of he just has this menacing way about him. He's very he's commanding. He's a symbol for evil.
Yes.
You know, so to me that breathes villain. What do you think?
So one could say he's a dick based off of his upbringing, right? He had a terrible upbringing. He was picked on. His dad always...
So you got pooped on?
Picked on.
Yeah.
I didn't say pooped.
No, he didn't.
Anyway.
Why did I hear that?
Because he's crazy. So, he had a terrible upbringing. He was picked on. His dad was very violent with his mom.
His dad was a dick.
He killed his mom. He killed his dad, sorry.
Yeah.
Because his mom was getting beat by said figure, his father.
Yeah.
So he had a terrible upbringing. His dad was a dick.
He did.
A big dick. Not like a tiny dick.
Huge.
Big dick.
Massive. And that's the thing. You feel for him at that point.
Yeah.
As the show progresses, they start to delve into Wilson Fisk's past. And you realize that he was a victim.
Yeah.
His father
was bullied.
Yes.
His family life was terrible.
Yeah.
It wasn't ideal.
His father was, I believe he was a drunk.
Yeah.
And just a piece of shit. And he was just mentally and physically abusive to his family.
Yeah.
So at that point, you start to think, okay, well, maybe is he going to land in the whole just a dick category? Because he starts as this young, innocent child, and, he didn't choose this family life. He didn't choose the father he had.
He was born into it.
Exactly. And so you could say, okay, that his father molded him into...
being a dick.
Yeah. Or did he mold him into a villain?
He molded him into a villain. That's my opinion.
Okay.
You can't be a dick if you take someone's head and you smash it with a car window until you decapitate someone. That's not being a dick.
That's more villainy?
You're insanely twisted and villainous if you're going to take someone's head off via car door.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
His own friend, his own servant, what he would call him, Wesley, turned away because he was so mortified of what he was doing. All because
I couldn't watch it.
The Russian dude, Anatoly, came in and interrupted his date with Vanessa. And she said, maybe we'll do this again. And it set him off. It was a maybe. Spoiler alert, she goes out with him again. Regardless, and she has no clue he took off his head. Yeah. This guy's a villain.
And knowing her and how sick she is, she probably would have just found it attractive.
Yeah.
That he took this dude's head off with a Cadillac? I don't know what it was. It was a very expensive car, whatever they had.
But just think of the cleaning costs. That's a villainous thing in itself. The blood all over the car.
That might be a dick thing,
That is kind of a dick thing.
That's kind of a dick thing. You know what I mean? You're going to bloody up this car and then take it to a shop to have it detailed and just expect this guy to clean up the brains. that's to me that's a dick move.
Okay.
That's more of a dick move.
I agree with you there.
But the reason, to me he's a villain is he is like Joker is to Batman. I see Kingpin, which eventually I feel like they're going to. I mean, they do kind of, but maybe just he will be known as that at some point. I don't know, but to me that's that is the prime adversary to Daredevil.
Yeah.
So it's just the yin and the yang, I guess. So that's the way I look at it, and that's why I classify him as a villain. But at the same time, he's got dick tendencies.
I just think it's his antics, because if
the dick-like or
villain-like, because if you're a dick, you're not controlling a jail. If you look at season 2 of Daredevil, he had control of that jail, like complete control. He took over. Like he had the guards on his side. That's why the Punisher was locked to be doomed. Yeah. That's why when Matt Murdock went to go visit him, he was able to slam his head into a steel table about 15 times.
Yeah.
And got away with it like nothing happened. You can't be a dick and just have everyone at your will, at your whim.
That's a good point. And there's a part in it when, so there's that guy, and I can't remember his name, but he is sort of the alpha in the jail, right? And he comes to Fisk's cell and says, "There can only be one of us, and that's me. And I just want to get that out there right now that you will never be that, and that's that." And then when Frank goes in to kill him, and then he ends up in I guess the hospital unit in the prison. Fisk is there. Now this is a villain move. He sits there and he's eating a steak, and he has wine in like a little like solo cup.
Mind you, in jail.
Yeah, and he just says, now your lungs are filling with blood. And you're right, there can be only one of us. And it was just like, boom!
It was awesome.
Like, that's a villain. That's a villain right there.
It is.
Yeah,
it's top-notch villain right there.
So...
And you could also argue that Madame Gao could have pushed him to this point. Mm-hmm. So, in a way, you can think he is being a dick because it's Gao's manipulating to make him do these things.
Yeah.
I don't think that. Like, my stance is straight, he's a villain. Like I said, the way I think it is when you take someone's head off with a car door, you just can't be a dick. You're a villain.
Yeah, that's
just my solid point.
I don't know. Like, I've never heard somebody go like, I was talking to Tony the other day, and he saw Joe take some guy's head off with the door. What a dick. Nah.
That guy's a villain. He's got to go to jail, in solitary confinement.
Absolutely.
Stay there for the rest of his life. Like,
probably.
That's some villainous type shit right there.
But I see what you're saying with the whole Gal thing. I mean, maybe he was pushed and stuff. But I think in the end, he just kind of stood on his own 2 feet. And I just kind of patted Gal on her little head and just said, I'll take it from here. I'll be okay. I'll figure things out. And I'm assuming we're going to see that in future seasons, I hope. Season 3, where are you?
Coming soon, hopefully.
I hope so. But, so, I don't know, man. What do you think? What is our final verdict?
Come on.
Wilson Fisk, is he a villain?
He's a villain. Between me and you, he's a villain. But for your guys' sake, I guess, let us know. Do you think he's a villain? Or is he just a dick?
Yeah, what do you guys
think? Is he
think?
misunderstood? Do you feel for him through his childhood, through his manipulation by Madame Gao?
Yeah.
We want to know. Kev wants to know.
I would love to know.
Wants to know.
Please let me know.
And let us know what you think of this installment. Do you like it? Do you want to see more? Yeah. We like it.
If you guys have any ideas of characters who you think could probably qualify for this segment of villain or just a dick, put it in there. Just comment.
I like the sound effects right there.
Yeah. I hope you guys can hear that.
They can. The mic's like
really hitting these keys hard. But yeah, please just let us know. We would love to do this.
Yeah. So thank you for watching during the week. Make sure you check out Great Lakes.
Eliot Ness.
Yes, Eliot Ness.
Amber Lager.
Delicious. Very good. And we hope you have a great week.
See you guys.